I am so happy with how this looks for the Rangers. We have a pitcher, Jack Leiter, and he is a dude.
And while I do think his hitting is worse than Derek Jeter, it's not that far off.
You're not mentioning 2006. You can mention the other people, not 2006.
Oh, just because I bought the best soap doesn't mean your room's going to be clean. It just leaves it to where I don't believe that the Canadians had a shot.
I really don't like the Clippers just kind of sending it in when they're like...
Hi, this is Kelly Forbes with the Dallas Stars, and you're listening to Outsiders Opinions with Kevin and Austin.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to our NHL Opinions of the Week with our Stanley Cup Finals or Bust. As the NHL season is coming upon us, we first have to start with whose seasons will be determined by if they make it to the Stanley Cup or win the Stanley Cup. And we have 4 teams, Austin. I'll let you choose the first one.
Let's go with Oilers first. They just lost in back-to-back Stanley Cup Finals, and now they're stating here McDavid still hasn't gotten a contract extension, and he's pushing that off as long as possible. And I think he's waiting to see if they will pay him, obviously, but also if he can win. Winning, I think, is extremely important to him, and his ability to do that will be determined a lot by out of his hands, whether or not they can shore up goaltending and other pieces around him.
Yes, and not only do the Oilers have McDavid, they also have Draisaitl. And having that pair together with the amount of money, because they are definitely each worth that amount of money, you only have so much time before McDavid's contract goes up if he agrees to an extension, to where you fix other issues like goalie and defenseman and just building other guys around him, because I believe they traded Evander Kane.
I don't think they did. Did they?
Okay. I thought they traded a top. Evander Kane is with the Canucks.
Oh, did they?
Or maybe he just left via free agency.
Maybe they traded him. I don't know who they would have gotten, though.
Trying to see.
Oh, he was traded for a draft pick. Okay.
Yeah, so I think they're losing guys around him, around McDavid and Draisaitl, because they have to pay so much money.
Okay.
So there's a limited amount of time for them as they try to figure out that goalie situation.
Yep. That's true. It's 100% the biggest need, I think, of any team in the league is the Oilers to address goaltending.
Yeah, and that really does change the game for them if they get a consistently good goaltender.
Yeah. Consistently good goaltending, I think, would easily set up their success, not just for this season, but also would hopefully shore up Connor McDavid to sign an extension.
Exactly, yeah. It will be an interesting development that will follow throughout the season. The next team will stay in the same division, the Vegas Golden Knights, when, of course, they make another big move in their short history as a team. Mitch Marner signing a huge extension with them shows that they want more Stanley Cups. And trading for a guy of Mitch Marner's caliber just showcases that they want to win it big.
Yeah, and that move makes them from, I would consider them Western Conference Final or bust, to being definitely Finals or bust. They won the Stanley Cup Final 2 years ago. Not this year, not last year, the year before.
Yeah, before Florida, because they beat Florida.
Yeah. So they're still, with a lot of the players that have already won a title on the team, are still there. But Marner's not one of them. And Marner has a lot to prove. He and a lot of people have talked about the pressure in Toronto, and we'll see if that's actually true. The pressure will be on Marner this year to actually prove his worth and be worth the amount of money that Vegas paid for him.
Yeah, and of course, Mark Stone is getting older, so his production will depend as they're also paired with Jack Eichel. So that does play a part in Stone's age. So we'll have to see what happens. Now, I think we'll go to the East for the only team, and that's the Carolina Hurricanes.
Yeah, the Hurricanes are a team that lost in the Eastern Conference Final last year, and they've made a lot of Eastern Conference Finals, but they have yet to make a Stanley Cup Final since they won it in 2006. this is a team of age, and they have a lot of guys that have continue to get older and stay on the roster, but they're still a really good team. And I would not be shocked if they did make a Stanley Cup final appearance, but it's going to have to come from them getting over the hump, something they've yet to be able to do in the East. They still have, from my understanding, Jordan Staal. I know that Brent Burns is now on the Avalanche.
Avalanche, yes.
So they still have some old guys though on that roster and guys that have experience, but they also have Aho and Svechnikov. So they have a good bit of players on that team. They also have Logan Stankoven.
Yep. Yeah, I was going to bring that up because they're a team that showed that pressure for the Stanley Cup when they traded for Mikko Rantanen. Then they realized they weren't going to get an extension and decided to trade him again. That landed them Stankoven, who provides immediate impact. I would say not as big as Rantanen, but for the foreseeable future, he can be a top performer on their line. And he showcased what he could do in the playoffs for them. So that is another part, but they want to win now because of the older guys like Jordan Staal, as you mentioned.
Yeah, completely true.
So now that goes to Stankoven's former team, a team we have talked about a lot, the Dallas Stars. We mentioned about it. We talked about it in the expectations, so this shouldn't be too surprising. The Dallas Stars are Stanley Cup or bust because they made it to the Western Conference Finals the past 3 years, and they decided to fire that coach and move on from him. To us, that shows, hey, this isn't good enough. They also traded for Mikko Rantanen last year. The pressure is really building in Dallas for that Stanley Cup win.
Yeah, and I think what happened with the Mavericks obviously will increase the chances of them having high expectations because I think a lot of fans have moved towards the Stars of being the team that they're relying on for a title sooner rather than later. And that's with good reason. Making 3 straight Western Conference Finals. Obviously, they lost the Stanley Cup Final in 2020. They've had a lot of experience with Ben, Sagan, Ottinger, but this is going to have to be the year. Now, I compare this team a lot to the Timberwolves because I just don't see how they do it. This one's more not necessarily opponents, but honestly just team build that I have some problems with. But in the sense of experience, I mean, they're one of the most experienced teams in the league.
Yeah, and with comes experience comes mileage, and I think it's tough to ask them to do another deep playoff run for the 4th straight time because they've already done it 3 straight times and they haven't made it. So should be very interesting to see. And then I know one, of course, Florida Panthers, they re-signed everyone, but they are exempt because they won the Stanley Cup. And I'll let you talk about the honorable mention.
Yeah, so honorable mentions, Capitals. Capitals are a team that was the best team in the league last year during the regular season, but they don't have much experience outside of like John Carlson and Alex Ovechkin. They lost TJ Oshie to retirement. Backstrom's gone, I believe, right? Didn't Backstrom retire as well?
I will check.
But while you're checking that, yeah, he's retired. I thought so.
Yes.
He's playing in Sweden.
Yeah.
But yeah, they had experience with not necessarily the great playoffs. They did win the first round, though, and then they lost, I believe, to the Hurricanes. But I don't know necessarily if they have the necessary players to be considered Stanley Cup or bust, but if this is Ovechkin's last season, I do expect them to buy in.
Yeah, but the pressure isn't there that you have to win the Stanley Cup because given just their lack of playoff success. But it would be a wonderful way for him to ride it off into the sunset with a win. So that concludes our list. I'll let you close this one out.
Yeah, thank you guys for listening. Please let us know what you guys think about all these teams and which team you think should be the Stanley Cup or bust.